Question 61. An atheist might find it problematic and ask, how can there be material bliss in paradise? There is no mental objection to the bliss of paradise, as there is no mental objection to there being in paradise what no eye has seen, no ear has heard, and has not crossed the mind of any human. This is the grace of Allah given to his pious servants. He grants it to his servants who did not commit immoral acts and guarded themselves. He grants it to his servants who, when they commit an immoral act or wrong themselves, remember God, seek forgiveness for their sins, and who forgives sins but God, and do not persist in what they have done. He grants it to his servants who fear their Lord in secret and in public, for the bliss of paradise is a favor from God. It is strange that those who most disdain the bliss of paradise are the ones who left the religion of God and renounced it to obtain this blessing they disdain. And the bliss of paradise is pure and pristine bliss, and the relationship between a man and a woman in paradise is a chaste and pure marriage. They and their spouses are in the shade, reclining on couches. And Almighty says, and we will marry them to fair maidens with large, beautiful eyes. It is a chaste and pure marriage. And here someone might raise a question and say, but the bliss of paradise mentioned in the Quran is connected in its nature and form to what we need in the world and on earth. The bliss of paradise has no relation to earthly bliss. These are just terms for us to comprehend the bliss of paradise. All of these are merely names since the bliss of paradise is purely unseen, and we know nothing of it except the names. As mentioned in the authentic report from Ibn Abbas, there is nothing in paradise like in this world except the names. The names of bliss are merely descriptions for mental approximation to help the one addressed by the religious text understand the meaning of the words, and the bliss of paradise is the pure, chaste bliss of marriage. It is the bliss of endless happiness and never-ending blessings. It is the bliss of security with God's approval. It is the bliss of the best foods and drinks. And greater than all of this, the greatest joy in paradise is the bliss of looking at the noble face of God. The prophet, peace be upon him, said about the people of paradise that nothing they are given is more beloved to them than looking at their Lord the Almighty. We ask God to grant us paradise and to grant us the pleasure of looking at his noble face. And here someone might say that the nature of the paradise's bliss in the Quran seems to carry a human depiction. It is natural for the divine message to come in a way that humans understand. Imagine if we were told that in paradise there are names we do not understand. Would that mean that the bliss is not a human conception? Then the other problem is why the human perception is always described by atheists as wrong. Why is human vision always described as incorrect? Since this thing is a human conception, then it is wrong. What is the source of this strange equation? From where was this equation derived? Why does the atheist consider that what humans have cannot exist in the unseen world? What? Do they have a book that says this? Do they have knowledge of the unseen to decide on this idea? This is a human perception, therefore it is a mistake. This is a human perception, so the unseen world is supposed to be free from this thing. Humans move, so the idea that angels move is incorrect. Why does the atheist disdain human perception and human attributes? And what prevents what exists in the human world from existing in a more complete form in the unseen world?